If you are a woman whose feminine instinct is online, then you want a man who wants to take care of you. You want a man who knows how to take care of you, who's capable, who's confident, who enjoys making his woman's life easier. Unfortunately, if you are single, you probably know that there is a lot of emasculated men out there who aren't interested in taking care of a woman or who really do not know how. And if you want to save a lot of time in your love life, it would be best if you learn how to notice, pay attention to what kind of man you're attracting so that you don't waste time with these emasculated men. That's what we'll be talking about today. So first of all, we'll talk about what a masculine man is, and then we're going to talk more about these emasculated men and why they're so different and what to look out for. So a masculine man, he wants to take care of you. This is going to be the number one, the most important thing, is that he wants to take care of you. He wants to be in the caretaking role. That means he is leading. He is taking charge. He is making the decisions. He is doing the planning. He is doing the initiating so that you don't have to. Right? He takes all of that responsibility away from you so that you get to just relax, enjoy your life, go with his leadership, and enjoy the journey that he is taking you on. He's planning the dates. Of course, he's considering you as well, right? He's considering your needs. He's considering your feelings. He'll sometimes be asking about what you want. Sometimes he'll just be anticipating. But he's focused on doing these things to make you happy. Not to people please, right? Because we're not talking about a simping man. We're not talking about a man who is trying to do these things to be worthy of you. We're talking about a strong, healthy, masculine man who's doing these things because he genuinely enjoys it. He gets his fun from making your life easier and making you happy. That's what brings him joy. This kind of man is going to bring a lot of joy into your life. It's just going to be easy. When you've got a really healthy masculine man who knows how to communicate and knows how to take care of you, dating and relationships are easy. It doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like a Sherlock Holmes guessing game. Like, oh, does he like me? What does this mean? No, you know. You know exactly what's going on because he's keeping you in the loop about everything. He's clear in his communication. And you know exactly how he feels about you, and you know exactly what's going to be happening for the most part. But yeah, not every man's like that. We're going to be talking about emasculated men and what to look out for. Before we do, I'm going to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Zach Rohde. I'm here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams by using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video because, of course, I'm going to make sure it's a good one for you today. And if you would like help learning how to shift out of your unhealthy control patterns that are pushing away the devotion that you need and crave from a man and pushing away the masculine kind of man that you need, then be sure to go to my website, relationshipofyourdreams.com, and watch my free training on what to shift. Relationshipofyourdreams.com. You're going to find that by going below this video, opening up the description. You're going to see the link, relationshipofyourdreams.com. Just click that. Okay, so emasculated men. Different story. In one category, we got the masculine men. Okay, they are there to take care of you. On the total opposite side, we've got the feminine man, the man whose masculine instinct is deeply suppressed. Right? There is no such thing as we're the smorgasbord of different types of people, and there's all kinds of different variations of healthy. Not in this respect. The only type of healthy man is a masculine man who wants to take care of you. A man who is feminine, a man who wants to be taken care of, right? If his instinct is to be taken care of, it's not even an instinct, but if what he wants from you is to be taken care of in some way, that means his masculine instinct is deeply suppressed, right? He's got big wounds, huge wounds, lots of shame, almost certainly, around his masculine, around being masculine. And so it's so suppressed that he doesn't even realize that that's who he is, a man who's supposed to be taking care of a woman, and that feels good. So instead, he wants to be taken care of. What does that mean? He is looking for a mommy. He is looking for a mommy to take care of him. You don't want to be a mommy. You don't want to be a mommy. Your life is going to be ruined if you are a mommy for a man, especially if you got kids, because now you got to take care of one more big child. So this is going to be a man who wants the woman to plan the dates, who wants her to be initiating all the time, who is very passive when it comes to making plans, initiating in some kind of way. He's just waiting. He's waiting, right? But that's your job. Your job is to be waiting for the man to step up and lead. So these passive men who don't have this drive to lead an interaction forward. Sometimes, men who are just really shy, they might actually have their masculine instinct somewhat online, but they're just terrified of being rejected. Okay? What I am talking about is a man who really wants you to initiate, that it feels good for you to initiate. And then when you get into a relationship with him, oh my goodness, like he wants you to be the one that is playing mummy. He wants you to be the one that is taking charge in the household. It's like he wants you to be cleaning up for him and cooking, which a feminine woman should be doing for a masculine man, but for a totally different reason, right? The energy that the man wants from you. It's like he wants to be taken care of by his mommy. This is going to feel gross, but if you happen to be a woman who really lacks self-worth, then the problem is you may attract these kind of men because you are trying to make up for your lack of self-worth, your perceived self-worth, by doing stuff for a man, by being enough. It's like if I initiate, if I plan, if I compliment him, if I support him, if I do all of this kind of stuff, then I will be worthy. So you step into that mothering role. He steps into the little boy role. You both get your self-worth kind of validated in a way, in a really not so pleasant way, because the polarity is so reversed, it's so inverted. And you don't heal. You stay stuck. You stay stuck in low self-worth. You get drained out because you're in your masculine. So you start to just hate your life and you can't take it. At first it might feel good, right? It's like, oh, like he really likes that I'm doing all this stuff for him. So early on it can feel good for you, but then longer term it feels absolutely terrible. So you want to avoid these men. So they're going to be the ones you're going to notice. They're just passive. Basically, don't step up to lead. Your job is not to step up to lead in any kind of way. If a man is not leading you, then just move on. Don't try to make it work. Your job is not to make a relationship work. That's his job. His job is to be leading. His job is to be assertive. And if he's not doing it, don't step in. Don't do his job for him. It's relatively simple. Okay, there's another type of man. And this kind of man is more in between. So he's emasculated as well, but it's a little less obvious. And so this is the man that kind of wants a roommate, like a best friend, a woman to sleep with, but not really a woman to take care of. Now, I am much more experientially aware of this kind of man because I used to be this man. And there's many variations of this type of man. When I met my wife, that was me. Like, I didn't have that instinct fully online of, oh, I want to find a woman so I can take care of her. It feels so good to be taking care of a woman. No, it's like, I want a best friend. I want to have a best friend to sleep with. We'll be like roommates that are really attracted to each other. And we'll both kind of take care of each other and also just be independent. So this kind of man could be looking for a woman who, like, I'll take care of you and you'll take care of me. We'll both kind of do this together. Or it can be a man who's like, you kind of leave me alone and I'll kind of leave you alone and we'll take care of ourselves, right? I'll take care of me, you take care of you. I was more of the latter. I was the second kind of man for the most part. So I actually found and attracted a relatively independent woman. I would actually say a hyper-independent woman. And I had to learn how to shift our dynamic to become really interdependent. I'm not going to get too much into this whole interdependent topic, but it's not codependent. So you understand, because the woman's being fully receptive. She's not relying on my wounded patterns or her wounded patterns. This is healthy to open up and be taken care of. That doesn't mean that she's incapable of doing anything for herself. And it also doesn't mean that she's not doing anything for me. But anyway, back to the roommate situation. I wanted a roommate, and a man who's kind of looking for a roommate, he'll probably start leading at first, right? Like, that's what I did with my wife. I did all the leading, set up all the plans. But at some point, whether that's the second date or the fifth date or the 10th date, or, sometimes they might even push it till when you're moving in together, and it's all going to really come out. He is wanting you to be leading some of the time as well. Why do I always have to plan all the dates? Why do I always have to be the one that's making all the decisions? Why do I always have to be initiating? You'll get that kind of response from a man. And a man who does that, it means his instinct is not fully online. That doesn't mean, with the men who are really in their feminine, unless you're married to them and you really want to do your absolute best to see if you can polarize the dynamic and shift both of you out of your wounds by you learning how to be as feminine as possible. If you're not married to the man, you should probably just flow away, because really feminine men, it's a really difficult job to shift. It's just painful. If you are in a relationship, a serious relationship with a 50-50 man, right, the roommate, the seeking man, it's not necessarily a lost cause, right? Just like it wasn't a lost cause with me. I just didn't know how to be properly inspired. I didn't know how to lead my wife into inspiring me. I didn't know how to get that masculine instinct fully activated. But the more that you shift into your feminine, the more vulnerable that you become. The more that you stop leading, you stop enabling kind of roommate behaviors. You don't step into leading when he's like, hey, why aren't you planning the dates? Don't start planning the dates. If you do that, you're inverting the dynamic. And even if he leads you to do it, don't do it. You need to feel in your heart that this is dishonoring you, because it is dishonoring you. If you pay for meals, you're dishonoring yourself. If you plan the dates, you are dishonoring yourself. If you are the one that's initiating getting intimate, there's a little bit of nuance here. It's like it all depends on how you're initiating, but in general, the way that women typically do it, you're dishonoring yourself. You need to be the one that is in the receiving role and have him be the one that's initiating. That's going to help him get his instinct more online. That doesn't mean he's not going to have triggers that come up when you stop enabling his behaviors, but it's the only way that he's going to shift this is by you looking at yourself and see how you're co-creating this dynamic. And then when you actually make these shifts, you'll see, is this a man who's actually capable of stepping up? Or is this a man who just really wants a 50-50 roommate relationship? And if it's a 50-50, well, then you're going to need to flow away at some point. Most of these can be shifted if you really do your work, though. But you really need to be dedicated to shifting out of your unhealthy patterns. And the way that you're going to do this, the only way is to learn feminine communication, right? Feminine communication is how you shift out of your masculinized patterns and your masculinized energy. And you're shifting more into the receiving role, the student role, the follower role, which is just as important as the leading role. You start asking for help. You start sharing your feelings vulnerably. You start sharing problems that you're experiencing. You stop providing solutions. You stop implementing solutions. And then you find out what kind of man you're dealing with. And this goes right from day one on a date, right? Even before the date. Even if you're doing online dating, then on the dating profile. The more feminine that you become, the more that you speak in a beautiful feminine way, the more that your feminine energy is online, the more that you're open in your heart, the less that you're going to be attracting the feminine men and the roommate men. The more that you're going to be attracting a masculine man who wants to take care of you. And then you don't have to deal with the challenges of dealing with the wrong kind of men. Feminine communication screens out these unhealthy men. They are less attracted to you because of the way that you're showing up. And that's a good thing. Your job is not to be attractive to everybody. It's not to attract every single man. You actually want to repel a lot of men because they're not right for you, because they're going to be big time wasters. All that matters is that you're being attractive to healthy masculine men that you are attracted to. And you're going to learn how to do that by shifting the way that you speak and the way that you show up into your feminine. If you would like help learning how to do this, because this is literally an entirely new language for women, and being in your feminine energy all the time and shifting out of fawning responses and avoidance responses and judgment, it takes a lot of work. I want to make that work as easy and relatively pain-free as possible for you. That's what I do in our Academy program for women. And if you would like help learning how to do that, if you're interested in actually getting support to do this, then go below this video, open up the description, and you're going to see my offer, relationshipofyourdreams.com. That's my main website. You click on that. There's, first of all, a free training that you can get right at the beginning. And then right below that, there is a place to learn about what we do and to book a call with me, where we will talk for free about what's going on in your love life, what's holding you back, what are your sticking points, or what are your control patterns, how are you co-creating what you don't want, right? If you don't have a really healthy masculine man who's fully taking care of you and you're fully in your feminine, then in some way you are co-creating what you don't want. And let's talk about how you're doing that. Let's talk about how you can shift that. That's what we'll be doing on the call. And then from that, if we decide like, hey, we can help you, like this program would be perfect for you. Working with us would be perfect for you. Then we can talk all about what we do, how we can help you, and you can ask me any questions you have about it. If that resonates with you, if you would like to speak with me, then book that call. Go below this video, open up the description, click the link, book that call, and I'll see you there. And we're going to have a great time. That's it for this one.